Hello everyone, Reggie Time here with some live play today on a Friday. Hope you all have a fantastic weekend. We are playing some 60NL Aussie dollars, 100NL Aussie dollars and 60NL Aussie dollars over here. Hopefully there'll be lots of action to be had, all on the good side for us, and it can be a fun mini sweat. Please don't forget to hit the like button. Please get engaged with the comments. There's quite a few comments in the last video and it did pretty well. Not sure exactly how much comments help videos, but even if you just comment some absolute fucking wibble, it might help. It certainly can't hurt. And yeah, get involved anyway. Do get involved. If you want to get involved in these clubs, then my contact details can be found beneath the video, and I'll be delighted to help you into one or more of them so you can start playing with some of the worst players you're going to find in 2020. And I hope you are well wherever you are. The world's going just a little bit mad again, so hopefully these videos and poker in general for you guys can provide something of a distraction from what is otherwise quite a bleak outlook. Since the last video, and my cat has come to see me wanting to play with the straw. Sorry mate, not the best of timing. Not the best of timing from you. Yeah, the volume still isn't quite where I want it to be. There is another reason for that. It sounds like the excuses are piling up. Another genuine reason. My wife has been off work all week, so I've been playing some decently length morning sessions, but not too many sessions in the afternoon because I've been doing stuff with her and the young lady that she supports a couple of days a week. And yeah, I'm comfortable with that. Would I rather my wife was at work? Yep, absolutely. But I suppose she's entitled to some time off, isn't she? Right, we've got a straddle here. So we're going to 3x over that. But next week it's going to be pedal to the metal, wife's back at work. I haven't got a lot of scheduled work planned. So hopefully we can get 4 or 5 hours per day in. I think we're going to stab here with the 10s. Just smallish. Really want someone didn't like realising any equity they got with like any 2 overcard combinations. He calls. He doesn't have to have a king. Could we bet pretty small? Don't think I want to barrel low. This guy's not that aggressive. I think he's probably going to let us realise our showdown value quite easily if we have any. And he did. And we have aces over here, which is nice. We have a relatively loose passive player opening under the gun, which is even nicer. And we're going to go with the big squeeze. And hope to get plenty of action. Nope, we're not going to get any action. We are going to get some action. That's a flop, isn't it? Tiny c-bet. I think we're just going to go small shove here. We're kind of setting up for a river over bet, which isn't ideal. But we want to try and like keep him with those middle pairs and things. I mean, if he has a boat somehow, then good for him. He finds the fold in the end. Jack's just took down a limper. I've also got some fun tournament news. I guess we'll tell the whole story. On Sunday, Reggie's a donk. I had 2-4. Good for you, man. Good for you. Delightful news for anyone who cares. Yeah, so on Sunday, Sky Bet, they had a bit of a glitch in the system and gave quite a few free bets away. I think I got 45 quid for the free bets. There was more going, but that's all I got my hands on. And so I played some tournaments Monday, lost all the money, left myself with like 11 quid or something. So on Tuesday, I put another 11 quid into Sky and won the mega stack for 320 odd or something like that, 330 odd quid, which was pleasant. So I thought, well, let's just like see if we can't do something with this bankroll in the evenings, play some tournaments, because I do most of my cash grinding in the mornings and afternoons now, and I do more recreational stuff in the evenings. So I thought, why not play some doncuments? And last night I played some more tournaments, finished third in the mega stack again, finished something like 15th in the main event, won another 200 quid. So I now have 500 quid just kind of sat on Sky, not doing much. Folded the ace-5 suited there because this guy doesn't raise very often, and we're very likely to be in a situation where we're dominated, or if we're not dominated, we do hit our ace. Don't know if we're not dominated. If we don't have like a bigger ace and he has like a pocket pair, then if we do hit an ace, then we're not going to get paid. Just not that into calling raises from people who only raise 11% and limp another 30% on top of that. So yeah, we're playing some doncuments in the evenings at the moment. It's a good chance I'll end up just punting the whole 500, but not really bothered if I do. It's just one of those things. But yeah, it's been nice. It's been a pleasant week. The cash games have been kind of made a little bit of money, but not a lot. But yeah, the tournaments, they've been going well. And I haven't been doing anything good. I mean, I'm not a good tournament player, I'm just a nit. But yeah, they do seem very soft for nits to play in. If you're like a kind of loose aggressive player, I can imagine they'd be pretty frustrating because there's so many like loose passive stations on Sky that you're gonna have to do a lot more bluffing than is probably ideal. And so I can imagine that would be quite frustrating. But for just a boring old nit who just wants to sit and fold for hours and then get value when he gets good hands, Sky tournaments seem to be the place to be. So that's been it's been nice. And I watched Duesenberg's stream last night, and it was the most fucking mental stream I've ever watched in my life. I mean, his play was really moderate as usual. He was just fucking knitting it up, bitching it up, calling himself trash a lot, and kind of getting unlucky in a few spots, to be fair. But around 10 o'clock, it all just went fucking mental. Two mid-stakes regs, two mid-stake tournament regs got in a sub-pissing contest. And it ended up, in the end, to cut a long story short, where Duesenberg ended up having 231 subs gifted in about 2 hours. It was absolutely fucking mental. An awful lot of fun to watch. Whether the guy who went absolutely tits up in the end and started like, I think he ended up donating 230 something himself, possibly. I'm not sure. I can't remember. I think he had a little bit of buyer's regret towards the end of it all. I think he was pissed, but it certainly was fun to watch. Hate c-betting this year against this guy, but we're kind of forced to. It's because it's such a dry board. Oh, not 41 though. No, get rid of that. 4 point. No, fuck off. Now I just have to check because I couldn't fucking handle the. And I would check them timing out everywhere. Too busy telling fucking stories that no one fucking cares about. Because this should have been a bet down here with the Jack 10 in the multi-way pot. And now I think given it's gone bet call, I'm just going to make a tight fold with top pair. Mediocre kicker. I think I'm quite pleased with my fold now, given it's gone bet call again on the turn. Top pair medium kicker's not usually particularly effective as a bluff catcher in multi-way pots when someone's bet twice and someone's called twice. So yeah, it's been a fun week. So we haven't been too much in the cash game streets. If anything at all, we could be irritatingly hovering around break even. I've ran pretty salty, to be fair. Like some of the bigger pots I've lost has been against regulars in like unavoidable coolers pre-flop, and then I haven't ran particularly well against recreational players post-flop. But can't complain. We're in really good games. We're going to get the money long term, and just ride out the short-term variance. Not see betting here multi-way on a pretty dynamic flop. Hands a raise on the river after checking flop and just calling turn. Again, not see betting the threes multi-way over here. I have a very basic post-flop strategy. We use smallish sizes with our like weaker parts of our value range. We use large sizes with the stronger part of our value range, and we use large sizes with our bluffs, and that's about it. It's incredibly basic. It's incredibly 2006, and it is incredibly effective. So that'll do. You're not going to learn much, but my streams aren't ever meant to be educational. Now here we have top pair against two passive players. Happy to bet here. Wouldn't be delighted to be raised, but we probably have to go with it given both these guys only have like 50 bigs each. Well, he only has 40 bigs. Happy just to take it down there. Assuming this guy's got no sample size, so I like the 75% bit though. We will look at the end of the video at the scores on the doors. We'll tally up how many hands and how much profit we're in for the month. But it hasn't really changed much from the last video. Last time we looked at how much profit we're in for the month. The volume's gone up slightly, of course, but the profit has kind of flatlined a little bit. Can't remember exactly what it was last time we looked, but I do know that it certainly won't have increased by an awful lot. How'd you tag these players? 27-3. I mean, I guess, they are fish, obviously fishes, but they're not fishes that you're absolutely thrilled to play with. They're just there, taking a seat up, not doing much. There really are loads and loads of like super passive players in these clubs. There's even the players who have like the relatively aggressive pre-flop stats like this dude. They're still, like myself, so it's not a criticism, still pretty damn straightforward. It's like, yep, we're playing like expansive ranges pre-flop, but post-flop we're kind of just knitting it up. There's a lot of like what I call fake lags, where pre-flop they're relatively loose aggressive, and then post-flop they stay in line for the most part. Okay, nice clean run out over here, please. Let's see a deuce. Oh, a 9, that's even better. Shame he folded there. You wouldn't expect to get too many folds on the 9 after things that call that flop. I know we did go quite big, so it kind of doesn't give him a particularly attractive price with his straight draws, but he was much more just targeting the Jack X part of his range. Or pairs that still don't believe. On a board as dynamic as this, we're just not going to get too excited about our top pair. Useless kicker. Jack 9 suited. Wouldn't normally be an open under the gun, but we are making a video and we are in the game with some particularly passive players, so I mean, I used to open this all the time under the gun. Since I've decided to become a nit again, I've started folding it, but we're making videos. Not going to try and bluff this guy. He just doesn't do folding if he has any piece. Very familiar with his game. He's just not the folding type. The turn was slightly more enticing to us. We could have decided to go for 2 streets there to get him off like ace highs and things. But we're going to stick to the plan of not trying to bluff this dude. Jack high wins. Jack high wins. There you go, folks. I mean, doesn't get much easier than that, does it? I was giving up at every step of the way, and he just let me walk into the end zone and plunk me touchdown down. This player's so nitty on the button. We're just going to assume our cut-offs. We're just going to basically assume we have 2 buttons at this table. Although you should... no, you can stay yellow. You can stay yellow. We can call in 2 spots. So we're not going to proceed with our 9-10. We might bet here. Okay, we might not bet here. When we picked up the good shot, if it checked to me again, I think we would have gone for the bet there. Look at these games. So, I mean, if you're not in these clubs yet and you watch me a while and you know I'm reputable, you know I'm trustworthy, you know I have integrity, dark nights are coming. Sadly, it looks like more and more curfews are going to be in place, if not lockdowns. So you're going to likely find yourself playing a bit more poker. Why not play that poker in these clubs? Give yourself a chance to make some money, help support my business, which in turn encourages me to continue making content. Not saying my content's great, but obviously some of you guys enjoy it, or you would get no views ever and no feedback. So yeah, by joining these clubs, it supports the channel, not in like a way where I spend money to invest it, but it just supports the channel's continuation, I guess. Because I think if I would never go back to coaching, I'm just not good enough anymore. So if like the only thing keeping the channel going really is my enjoyment for making videos and the fact that I use it as a promotional tool for my affiliate business. So yeah, if the affiliate business ever goes, then it's likely the channel would probably go with it. Who knows? I'm getting on better with Sky these days. Maybe we'd go back to Sky and make some videos there and hope eventually that some good came of it. This is a very strange line from this person, but thankfully he saves me from bluffing the river by leading into me. Ace Queen of the suited variety. We like that. If he ISOs, we'll be 3-betting. If he folds, we'll just be making a large isolation raise ourselves. I'm going to overlimp the ace-3 suited on the button here. I think it's strong enough to isolate with, but happy just overlimping and playing my position on the button. I guess we just bet here. Hope not to get raised. Oh, we're not liking the ace-3 over here, but we can't fold for 1 bet. Here we're just going to put him in on the turn with our 2 pairs. And we're going to fold to this pot size bet here. We are ahead. Just need to dodge red ones. Which we do. And that is very nice. Thank you very much. We'll take that all day. Did he turn the flush draw there, or did he flop the flush draw? He flopped it. Surprised he didn't just stick it in there. It's kind of how I see these people with their like half stacks and things playing their draws a lot. And if they flop a reasonable draw, they just tend to commit. Especially if you know you're going to stack off on the turn anyway. May as well try and give yourself some fold equity. This again, very loose open compared to how I've been doing it lately. But we're making videos and we don't want to just be folding the fuck out of everything. Not enough, well, no backdoor equity to speak of to justify c-betting against this guy, and as we saw earlier, we might just have showdown value with our king high. You see this quite a lot. Score check, check, pot, and usually it's with something that they have got a little bit too trappy with, and then they try too hard on the end to get some value. Rarely is it a bluff. The times that I do end up with a hand that can call versus that line, I typically see strong top pairs or better. Three bet here by somebody with a 2% 3-bet. I think when the 29/2 goes 3-betting, we can fold pretty much everything and be very content in the knowledge that we're exploiting him or her. I guess it's her with her being called Victoria, or it could just be a hairy ass trucker from Queensland. Who knows? 4611 with a 17% steal, wakes up with the 4x on the button. Wouldn't be too difficult to name his hand if you got given about 5 choices. Sorry, 5 attempts, sorry. Big ISO on the button with the ace queen over here. Against the rebel. What's he rebelling against? Fucking pre-flop raises. I guess now we're going to have to be committed without 2 overs, cut shot and a diamond flush draw. Don't have to bet here, we could check back, but oh well, time to get there. Absolutely not, sir. Never mind. My open sizes are just normal, with just 3x, but when we ISO, we go big and tighten big without ISOing. That's how that strategy works for me pre-flop. 3x or 2.5x depending on who's to go behind us. when it falls to us, when we're raising first in, and 6x plus when we have a situation where we want to isolate. Knowing that we're only isolating narrow ranges, so we can take quite a bit of heat should someone decide they want to 3-bet us. Someone's trying to message me in Messenger. Hello, Phil. I shall probably end up watching this video at some point. I shall get back to you shortly, sir. I like Phil. He's a good guy. He's one of the guys who's part of the staking squad that I'm assembling. Very diligent, thoroughly nice man, and gives me regular updates, which is more than can be said for some of them. Oh. It's a trophy that I once won for our home game. Won the Christmas Mega Stack twice in a row. Two years running, Christmas Mega Stack winner. I think we barrel against small here with a 9-7. Get caught by some slightly worse made hands and some draws. Hello, ladies. Let's see if we can't relieve Trev of the rest of his stack. We'd had to wait till the river, but we'd have got there. Well, we'd have made something strong rather than got there. $25-2 with a 1% 3-bets, just 3-betters. Fortunately, we have to pay him off because he's got no money. And he wants to run it twice. Fuck off, mate. You got about fucking 3 cents and you want to win it twice in a fucking 15 big blind coin flip on your fucking bike. Have some, I mean, you've won, good for you, but I mean, have some fucking self-respect and dignity, sir. Fuck me. That is fucking ridiculous. I mean, I don't know. How do these people look at themselves in the mirror in the morning when they run or win it twice in a 15 big blind pot? Fuck off. Utter cunt bags. This table here is starting to lose its value. The two weakest players only have around 50 blinds between them. I'm going to stick at it because we're only going to be recording for another maybe 15 minutes unless both of these players leave, and then we'll be forced to leave because I don't do playing regulars. Even regulars who I think aren't that good, I still don't bother with it. Not when we can find better tables very easily. defend the queen 8 suited here, I think. Not with the squeeze though. Just folding to 3 bets isn't really a thing in these clubs. And not a very inspiring flop. Limited backdoor equity and not much else. I'm going to probe the turn now, I think, with our flush draw. Our friend Rebel might be trapping again, but he wasn't. I'm going to start this with a check with our weakest ace we're going to have here. Keep checking, just try and get to showdown as cheaply as possible. Possibly some value to be had there, I was about to say, but I don't mind just keeping things small against regs and not getting into, not that it's a good reg, but not getting into too much of a aggressive dynamic. Hopefully I get plenty of hands in over the weekend and Monday's video can be a hand review video again, because that seemed to go down pretty damn well with viewers. It certainly did well in terms of views compared to my usual videos. Sort of hand I like to squeeze with from time to time, and I hate being one of those content creators that says, oh, we could do this but I'm not going to this time. I really don't like those guys, but yeah. How often is this guy folding? Probably not that often. We see the donk bet coming in here, the 1/3 donk bet. Zero respect from anybody. Donk betting is something that I'm bringing more and more into my game in these games, because they are so passive that you just can't rely on the c-bet coming. So if, for example, we were to flop 2 pair plus here with this hand, we would just lead straight out. As it happens, we'd flop nothing, so we'll be check folding. But yeah, donk betting is definitely something that I am getting more into. The average c-bet is way less than 50%. These are the spots I find tricky in these clubs, like these weak overpairs, because we c-bet a lot because we have to. But then we get called, and then I'm just like, now what, you know? How do we proceed? It's going to be a prime example of the spots I find most challenging. Don't think we can bet again here when we get called in 2 spots, even though we still have an undercard and a gut shot. This pot's already getting uncomfortably big for my hand. I mean, I wouldn't even be that comfortable here with like larger overpairs. But I don't think we can just check fold either. So these are the spots I do find quite difficult. This guy leads, it'll be interesting. Right, I think we probably have the best hand unless this guy's somehow got like Queen X of spades. I think we're going to be calling if he bets. No, we're certainly going to be calling that. King Queen. Just floats the King Queen off multi-way on the 5 deuce 7 and finds one of the only bets that, well, not one of the only, because we were probably going to call bigger bets, but yeah. Interesting float there, shall we say. But I guess that's what you expect with people who fold less than 40% to C bets. That is a thoroughly miserable flop, and we are not going to C bet it. I'm going to try and overlimp with this 9-10 because it's too short to isolate. And we miss. Wonderful. So he couldn't beat Jack High. The fuck does he have that doesn't beat Jack High? A 9-8 or something? How do you have a hand that doesn't beat Jack High there? I think we're just going to bet 3 times here with the 5-8 suited. Maybe not bet the river. We do have some showdown value. Then the block comes in and we're beat, but we're getting such a good price we can't fold. We've got shit blockers to call here. Really shit blockers. But there you go. Never bluffing. They're just literally never bluffing. But when they bet so small, we kind of have to pay off. This is a table I wouldn't continue at, but we've only got like another few minutes to go. So, in fact, we'll probably just pause the video now and then I'll continue playing for a bit and wrap up the video at the end. Yeah, so we're not going to post any more blind at this table. We've got like a moderate regular and a really, really boring fish. If while I continue playing any interesting hands pop up, I shall unpause the video and make things happen. In fact, no, we'll just do the wrap up now. So we've got this career mode here. So for the day, we're up just $46. Hopefully we're going to add to that now with these 2 kings. 2 jacks, sorry. would not enjoy seeing the 3-bet coming in here, but I think 50 bigs would just be YOLO in it. So yeah, we've $46 up today. We are $596 up for the month, which isn't much more than last time, I think. And we'll just roughly count the hands. 13, 21, 26, 34, 35, 43, 55, 64, 7,000, 7,600, 8,000, 9,300, 10-1, and plus that today. So we played 10,700 hands or thereabouts for just short of what is on average of my stakes. 10 buy-ins, so we're probably running at about 9 blinds 100 at the minute. I was expecting, or I expect my win rate to be a minimum of 10 big blinds 100 in these games, but we're running just below that. But like I say, it's been a pretty salty week, so you can't complain too much. It's been, in terms of like how I've ran situationally and in all-in spots, on tougher sites I'd be down a lot more, but thankfully there's enough bad passive players on here that buy in like reasonably short to kind of let us ride that out a bit more, because I think I've been felted like 5 times this week, which is what, like $300 plus. Well, we're still showing a tidy enough profit, can't complain. Yeah, look, last 7 days just 87 up, so that isn't very good, but 7 days seems like a long time, but in terms of like how many hands it is, it's maybe only 5,000 hands, so maybe the last 4 or 5,000 hands we're winning at a very low clip. But we all know not to take the short view on these things, don't we? So never mind. So yeah, there we go. 43 minutes 32 seconds. Seems long enough to me. Take care, everybody. Have a great weekend. Do get in touch if you want to start your weekend with a bang and playing these games, and I'll be delighted to hear from you. But if not, have a good weekend anyway. Whatever you're playing, be lucky, play well, and yeah, we'll see you on Monday. Bye bye for now.